What's up, wrestling fans? AEW Air Order presenting the latest SmackDown. This is a stream for AEW's 2022's Full Gear pay-per-view that's coming up this Saturday. This will be a preview and prediction stream. And how this works, well, we'll be going over the matches, and there's a lot of matches. And I'll give you my predictions, my thoughts, what may happen this Saturday night. And I'm going to let people come on. If they want to come on, I'll just invite. If you want to come on, they're allowed to come on. But yes, but before we get into that, before I invite people, if you're new here to the channel, if you're into wrestling, please subscribe. Do me a favor and subscribe. Okay? Also, make sure to like this. Smash that like button down below and share this out with your friends, family, colleagues, anybody that's interested. This is a channel for you. With that, I will be showing you my face very soon. Just not right now, but with that, I'm gonna invite people on. Whoever wants to come on, come on. But here we go. This is a pure wrestling stream. For AEW's All Out. Full Gear. AEW's Full Gear. Saturday, November. What is it? 19. I'll let you know. A note lets you know. There's one match that's not completed yet. That's the AEW's World Championship Elimination and the AEW World Title Elimination match. Whoever wins gets a title match, a number one contender titles match for the AEW World Title at Winter's Coming. AEW Dynamite Winter's Coming, which is early December. So the only person I know that's in that match this Saturday is Ethan Page, who defeated Bandito last night at Dynamite. And the other competitor will be the winner of tomorrow's match on Rampage between Ricky Starks and Lance Archer, I believe. Whoever wins between Lance Archer and Ricky Starks will be facing Ethan Page at Full Gear. And whoever wins that match gets a number one title shot for AEW's World Title, whether it's Jon Moxley or MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Michael. Okay. And this is AEW. They have a lot of matches. I think there's at least 10 on this card, and that's without the buy-in show. I don't know what's on the buy-in show. What's going to happen on the buy-in? But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's at least 11 matches on the card. 11. Yeah. A lot of them are title matches. Some of them aren't. Usually how I like to do this is do the non-title matches first and then do the title matches after, because, the belts are always the most important thing in wrestling, right? But you know what? I'm going to do something a little different this time around. We're going to do what's important and what's not important. And obviously the world title match, it's going to be the last thing we discuss, because that's the most important match on the card. And we have Saraya. We're going to get into this match. Saraya making a return to the square circle, formerly a Page in WWE. It's the first time she'll be in action in 5 years. And we'll get to that. And it's going to be a fun topic to discuss. Okay, so let's get to some matches, right? Let's start it off with. I'm gonna go with. I don't know. You know what? Let's start this off with. Let's go with this. Not this one. This one. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus former, tag team partner Luchasaurus and former tag team partner Kristen Cage. As you know, Kristen Cage about a couple months ago turned on Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and convinced Luchasaurus to turn heel and join him. And now Luchasaurus is gonna take on Jack Perry in Jungle Boy Jack Perry in a cage with Kristen by his side, of course. And well, eventually, what's gonna have to happen is Jungle Boy will eventually have to get to Christian and wrestle Kristen, right? Like, I know Luchasaurus is part of his, and he was a tag team partner and friend, but Kristen is really the whole mastermind behind everything, and it's really one that betrayed Jungle Boy. And eventually, they have to get to the point where Jungle Boy has to take on Kristen. So, right, that's the whole thing. And and if you know, Jungle Boy, and I gotta. Okay, maybe it's the wrong fucking outlet. And I gotta. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, thank you. Okay, it works. What's up?
What is up?
You know, just, talking AEW. Give me a long ass pay per view.
All right. All right. Let's get into it.
So I was just starting off with, I don't know, I'm not really going in like the typical structure how I do belts last after like non-title matches. Go,
Hmm.
I'm decided to go around. So I'm just going with this match: Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus in a cage match. And to
Oh.
me, like this is all about getting to Christian event. It's the whole thing. Like Luchasaurus is part of the story. Obviously, there's a story between these three. They were a trio at one point until Christian turned on Jack Perry or Jungle Boy, and then convinced Luchasaurus to turn heel, and then we all thought Luchasaurus was going to turn back babyface, but it turned out that was a ruse. He was still a heel, and we are supposed to have Jungle Boy versus Christian at All Out, but that never materialized. And here we are with this cage match. But this story is not done because the story has to get to a point where it has to finally get the match between Jungle Boy, and Christian.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The heel turn that Luchasaurus was doing. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't understand that. But
No,
and it's like it seems like they're drawing this out too long for us to finally get the match between Jack Perry and Christian. So I was honestly expecting them to do it here, but I guess they're gonna wait till Revolution or something. I
it's
don't know.
but on Dynamite. It looks like Christian had his arm was bandaged up or in a sling. I don't know if that's kayfabe injury or not.
I don't either.
So I don't know. It's like maybe there's something there. And yeah, I think. I mean, I think Jungle Boy needs his win more,
Yeah,
right? Like
right.
Luchasaurus. I know a lot of people like Luchasaurus. To me, okay, he's tall. He can do cruiserweight moves, but he's kind of very one dimensional. And Jungle Boy is definitely has the more potential of that trio. And he's very well liked, right? I mean, he's the son of Luke Perry, who
Hmm.
people loved in was it Beverly Hills?
Yeah. Though I think Jack is doing a good job like molding himself as a character. He's like
Yeah,
very over with the crowd. He's a really good wrestler. He has personality. So I think, he's not living under the shadow of that, thank goodness.
no,
And I do definitely see him as a world champion one day.
yeah, just not right now.
Right.
Just not right now. He's still very, very young,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I so eventually, yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen Revolution or that next big AW uh, Dynamite special, which this winter is coming. You know, they do that every year now.
Yeah,
Dynamite always has those specials, right? Once in a
right.
while.
Yeah.
I definitely got Jungle Boy here winning.
Yeah, I agree. Jungle Boy's going to win. It'll give him momentum when he eventually faces off against Christian. I do kind of feel bad about Luchasaurus though, because I saw so much potential with him when he was tag team with Jungle Boy. I mean, yeah, he was just known as the big guy that can do like lucha moves, but I've been watching the stuff that he did with being the elite back in the day, and like he does have some personality. So it's like I wish that was more apparent, on Dynamite and stuff like that, to actually like have him
Hmm.
talk and stuff like that, because like he's not just like a dumb big dumb brute, and I'm disappointed that like he's just like a henchman to Christian,
Yeah,
but we'll see how it goes, because I've been waiting for them to push
and
Luchasaurus for the longest time. So I guess this is kind of his way of molding his own lane, but like I wish they didn't. I mean,
the
I
thing
don't know how
is,
to feel about him turning heel
the thing
though.
with that kind of gimmick, it doesn't really go anywhere. You can't get more over than that. There's no building from that kind of gimmick, the Luchasaurus gimmick, unless he gets rid of even if it's a heel.
Yeah.
You know,
Right, they're limiting him even more by
yeah,
turning him heel. Like at least like when
yes,
he was a face, and like as I said, when he was interacting with the Jungle Boy, and I see his personality more and like being the elite, like there was potential to like mold him into an interesting character, but
hmm,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing about AEW guys. Like we criticized WWE for a long time, and we always praise AEW. You're starting to see in AEW how some of the issues they have. There is
Oh
character
yeah.
like it's not always most of sunshine in there, and like now apparently like this is not pay per view related, but apparently Andrade's been suspended.
Yeah, I heard about that. I what is going on, man? What is going on?
Yeah, you know what? I bet you a lot of the wrestlers that were in WWE that got released like in the last 2 years were like, oh my gosh, I should have stayed in WWE because now Triple H is a charge because he's seeing all these other guys back in
Uh,
WWE.
yep, yep. Is like he is Andrade personally trying to get himself in trouble so he can
Yeah.
get out and go back to WWE.
Yeah. So I got Jungle Boy winning here. Who do you have?
Yeah, I agree, Jungle Boy for sure.
Okay, next match. Where's the next match I want to do? Okay, this is the AEW tag team titles. Scissor Me Daddy
Sister me
for
daddy.
Billy Gunn, right?
Yeah.
So so I really like this feud between the two, right?
Hmm.
Like Surf Scott is like, he's a baby face, but you definitely see heel tactics involved in his persona, his characterization in the storyline. And Keith Lee, well, he's a tag team partner. Keith Lee is not like that, right? Keith Lee wants to keep the peace, stuff like that, right? And he doesn't like Surf Scott does not like the Acclaim. Keith Lee like tries Keith Lee and Surf Scott really don't get along, but they get along enough to work their differences out as a tag team. But I think what happens here, I think Acclaim wins, and I think Sir Scott turns on Keith Lee.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I love the Acclaimed. I think they're
Mhm.
awesome. They are great. I'm so glad they won the tag team titles. I wish they won them clean though. I wish that Billy Gunn didn't have to interfere. But either way, I'm glad that they put the belt on them. And like, man, I think they're the most over thing in AEW. Like, if it's not MJF and John Moxley,
Yeah,
it's the Acclaimed. Like, oh my God, the crowd loved these guys.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely don't see them taking the belts
The
off
only
of them. they're gonna
Only
have a run for quite a bit.
only thing that's stupid is that lawyer guy saying he's gonna copyright and trademark the Scissor Me Daddy thing. I'm like, come on.
Okay, yeah, that stuff is like that's stupid.
Yeah.
What are they doing there?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
I've been waiting for Swerve and Keith Lee to break up.
yeah.
I'm waiting for it to happen. And as you said, Swerve, I think is going to turn on Keith, and then they're going to go their separate ways. I didn't mind them as a tag team at first, but you definitely felt like they were just forced together, you know. So
Hmm.
I've been waiting for both of these guys to have their singles runs. So hopefully here, you know, they'll start to push it.
Yeah, most likely they'll be if he does turn on Keith Lee. The thing about AEW, they tend to swerve a lot. So you would think Swerve is going to turn on Keith Lee, but it might be Keith Lee turning on Swerve. You know, like
Hmm.
right? Because look at the Daniel Garcia situation. I'm like I kind of knew he wasn't going to turn on Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got me for a second. They did get me
Yeah.
for a second, but yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, this is a little too easy. This is a
Hmm.
little too easy."
You gotta get to a point where that makes it look obvious because WWE tends to do that at times,
Yeah,
right? To make it look obvious that the turn's going to happen. And
yeah,
AEW tends to, I think they tend to swerve way too much than WWE.
yeah. It's where WWE doesn't swerve enough, and then
Mm,
AEW swerved a little too much. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. WWE used to swerve a lot back in the Attitude Era. There was a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
swerve. Like,
Oh yeah.
now it's not so much.
I'm wondering if we'll get a little bit more when Triple H gets in the swing of things.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, so I got that claim. I think you got that claim too.
Yep, the acclaimed.
Yeah, I got them. I got them retaining here, and I got the. I think there's gonna be a heel turn from. Well, Surf Squad's technically he's labeled as a baby face, but you could tell he's very acting very heelish.
The past couple weeks, I'm not calling him a babyface.
Yeah.
No.
And and Keith Lee, Keith Lee is not having like Keith Lee has to just, work with them. He doesn't have to agree with everything.
Yeah, that is kind of odd though. Like what I've been saying the past few weeks, like they've been focusing a lot on Swerve, but like Keith hasn't been doing that much.
I know. I I don't know. I think Keith Lee wants to be back at WWE with Triple H in charge because Triple H saw a lot in Keith Lee.
Yeah, yeah, I figured that.
Mhm. Like he's Andrade probably was back at WWE because he saw. I mean, his wife is there too, right? And Keith
Oh,
Lee's wife was
Charlotte.
back at WWE. Yeah,
Yeah. The only thing, like if Andrade comes back now, because you already have like this, like Zelina Vega's already with the stable that that seems to be very similar to the style of Andrade. So I'm wondering, like, if he did come back, would he join that stable or what would he do?
yeah. The only thing I don't like about what that stable's involved, I hit roll.
I can't even remember their name, like because
Yeah,
it's like this elaborate like
yeah.
Spanish name. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, they've done Phantasma or something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like hit roll. I think hit roll is missing swerve. I think swerve is really what made hit roll. Because
Oh.
none of those guys, especially none of those guys, I can see ever breaking out. Maybe Top Dollar, but that's it.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Hit row, like they're missing Swerve for
Yeah,
sure, or they need that like that head talking piece that
yeah.
Swerve was. Like they need that, but like yeah, they just been jobbers the past month or so since they came to SmackDown. I felt bad for them, but like yeah, you
And
just feel like something's missing with them.
like, why do you like putting B Fab in a match on SmackDown on the main roster? Or like when I watched her in the NXT when she had like one or two matches, I'm like, yeah, this girl ain't ready for wrestling.
Oh no, do not have her wrestle right now.
I
No.
like Lash Legend, for example, was so bad at wrestling too. Like she was not ready for the ring either.
Yeah, and it's like you don't need every woman to wrestle, even
Mm.
though we are desperate for a women's roster to expand because there's not enough on SmackDown. But like, don't just put girls to wrestle because you
I'm
need them.
I'm waiting for Scarlett to wrestle because Scarlett could wrestle.
You think Scarlett's ready to wrestle?
Well, she could. She on Independence. I seen her stuff on Independence. She could wrestle though. She knows how to wrestle. I just think I don't know what they can do if they're gonna do that.
I mean, the only thing with Scarlett is just like I'm worried that if they have her start wrestling, that her mystique is going to start
That's
disappearing.
true. That's true.
Like if she does wrestle, I don't want her to do it all the time. Like have it be
Mm.
like special occasions if they need to. But
Yeah.
I would rather her stay with Carrion. Like there could be like this probably will never happen. I don't know if Triple H will even think about doing this in the future, but like I could possibly see if Carrion won the world title and then she won the women's title and they were a power couple, maybe. But that,
Yeah.
that's kind of far fetched. Cause I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. As long as Roman's champion, I don't know who's gonna take the title off of him.
Dude, if it's not Cody or Bray Wyatt, I nobody else.
That's my view on Mandy Rose. They have no idea who they want to take the title off, the NXT Women's title off Mandy Rose. They have no idea.
Honestly, I thought it would either be Zoe Stark or Nikita Lyons because like those two are like the only ones I really see taking the belt off of her. But since they're doing their own feud right now, I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's a heel now. Zoe Stark was massive as a babyface, especially pre-injury with Io Shirai.
Oh yeah, yep. Or who's that? Who's that? I keep forgetting. Who's that girl that keeps carrying around
Gigi Dolan is good.
the
Gigi
cat?
Dolan is the
Who?
I say it, Gigi Dolan is the best of the three, the top three
Oh yeah,
stars.
yeah. Oh yeah. Gigi Dolan, yeah.
And Mandy doesn't win. Like I don't know what match. I've never seen a match where Mandy doesn't win by somebody interfering in her match.
Yeah, like you're kind of. I mean, I still really like Mandy Rose, but like in the beginning, she was actually like getting the job done. Like she was
Yeah.
beating people clean, but now she has to cheat to win. It's kind of like what Roman Reigns is doing right now. But anyway,
It
uh,
wasn't really cheating. I guess technically it wasn't cheating on NXT because there's last man standing. There's no DQ, but like she still had help.
right, you still have people
I
interfere.
I'm not surprised. Dawn's in NXT US because I know she's dating one of the pretty deadly characters, so I'm not surprised she's there. And I know Ginny from NXT UK is dating Gunther, and so I'm pretty sure she's gonna show up in NXT US too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes.
Yeah, but yeah, let's get to the next match. I want to get to this match: Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett, the Outlaw, as he called himself or not, the Last Outlaw, and Jay Lethal, right? Couple former TNA boys versus Darby Allin.
What the heck? What is this match? What is this match? Nobody wants this match. Why is Jeff
No,
Jarrett wrestling again? What is going on right now? We're doing an Impact Wrestling reunion.
it's been in 4 companies this year, right? He's been in WWE, GFW, AEW, and another, and he wrestled like in the Ric Flair thing, the match, this last match with Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
And this whole thing is based on his history with Sting. That's it, right?
Okay, but who cares? Who cares now?
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter. Like I would rather, even though nobody, I don't think people care about this anymore. I would rather see a Jeff Jarrett Kurt Angle match before I see
Oh,
a
me
Jeff
too.
Jarrett Sting match. But man, I don't care about this match to be honest. I mean, I love Sting and I love Darby Allin. And I do like Jay Lethal, but this, I don't care about this stuff with Jeff Jarrett and Sting. I don't care. I really don't.
No, the show is this Saturday, Tony. This Saturday. The show is this Saturday. This is a prediction. Yeah, we're gonna watch. Yeah, well, obviously we're gonna watch it. It's gonna be a long ass show.
Yeah,
They end like at midnight.
right. I have a feeling. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal is going to win this. I
I do too.
think they're going to cheat or something. But
Yeah, I mean, you don't have Jeff Jarrett losing his first match, right? Like on
right,
AEW,
right,
right? So I have a feeling, yeah, there's gonna be people involved because like Jeff Jarrett has and Jay Lethal, they have Sanjay Dutt and that big guy. I forget his name.
right.
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either.
And somebody's getting guitar shot, whether it's Sting or Darby. Somebody's
Mm,
stepping.
that'd be funny if he took the if Darby took the guitar shot. Like I almost want to see that.
I'll say this about AEW. It's getting to a point where the roster is getting really big and overcrowded, where they might have to be forced to make Rampage 2 hours.
Yep. Or I mean, I know a lot of people probably won't want this, but maybe they need to consider having a second roster, or like
Yeah,
splitting the rosters up, or something. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. I think I'm with you on this. I think Jeff Jarrett and JD are gonna win, but I don't think it's done after this. We might get a Sting and Jeff Jarrett one-on-one match. I don't know.
Oh my god! I thought, dude, Tony, I thought you were above this, man. Like, why? No, what?
The
Oh,
band
no, please don't.
is it
No,
Kevin Nash? The
we don't
band?
need Kevin Nash to like break his knees again. Like, no.
No, Kevin Nash is not gonna wrestle again, man. You see this? You
Yeah,
see what
like,
he looks like now?
yeah, like, no. I don't care if you dye your hair.
It
No,
doesn't work without Scott Hall, and that's not possible.
no, no. It even was weird. With the DX reunion, Billy Gunn wasn't there, and it was odd. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I am not looking forward to this Jeff Jarrett Sting feud that we're doing. Like, no, 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 no. Can we get the Sting versus Chris Jericho match? I want to see
Oh
that.
yeah. Like
Let's
I don't think this ever happened in WCW.
right. Like, I think at least they should have one match before either of them retire. Like, do not sleep on that, Tony Khan. We need Jericho versus Sting at least one time.
Yeah. Yeah. We do. We do definitely do. So yeah, Jeff Jarrett and JD I think are gonna win here. I think.
Yeah.
Um, the one match I really don't have any interest in is the
Oh, this
TBS
too.
Championship.
Oh, brother.
I've seen this done in WWE many times where the challenger steals the title away.
Yeah,
There's a whole feud.
like I don't understand that storyline they keep doing. What makes it interesting? Oh, somebody stole the title. Oh, what does that do for either of them? Like, what?
Yeah.
I just no.
Is this supposed to make Jade a babyface in this? I mean, this is the wrong way to make Jade a babyface.
Yeah, this is not the right way to make her babyface. You shouldn't even be making her babyface right now. But
No, no. Yeah, I agree. I agree. They should not making babyface. I don't know who's the one who's gonna see. Because look, Nyla Rose ain't gonna end her winning streak.
yeah,
That's fact.
no, I'm sorry. Like, Nyla Rose is not the one. Not the one. Honestly, I thought, dang, what's her name? Shit.
Athena.
Well, yeah, Athena's one of them, actually, but it's either Athena or Ruby Soho. Like, either of those two, or no, no, no. You know who should have took her title? Um, Chris Statlander
Oh
should have.
yeah,
She deserves that title. If only she didn't get injured. But like,
again.
she should have been the one. But but yeah, if it was not her, then either Athena or Ruby Soho.
Yeah. And now Soho's hurt because of Sammy Guevara and his wife.
Yep, unfortunately.
It's amazing how Sammy Guevara is still in AEW, man.
I mean, he was one of the he was one of the originals. You
Yeah,
know,
but he has always had backstage issues, right?
I mean, yeah, but like, I bet he's looking real good now compared to what the Elite and CM Punk had to deal with.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But as long as he's not getting into that levels of trouble, then I'm sure they're
this
not. He'll be.
I'm afraid this match is gonna suck.
Oh, no, for sure it's gonna suck for sure. Even though Jade has gotten better.
Much better, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I don't see these two having good chemistry in the ring. I
I
don't.
just the thing is with Jade, like she's good at the ring, she's unbeatable, but there's a point in time where somebody has to beat her, and you gotta build a woman up strong that you think that could defeat Jade and eventually defeat Jade to get somebody over. And I thought it was gonna be Athena. Because let's be honest, Athena was so misunderused on the main roster in WWE.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Like you saw Athena in NXT, those incredible matches with Asuka, but you see the WWE version of Athena, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and honestly, they could have had Nyla look like she could possibly take the title off her because she's one of the bigger
Mm-hmm.
female wrestlers. Like, but they didn't do a good job building her up. They're just like, oh, we're gonna steal the title and that's it. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, why? Like,
you need to build her up as a monster.
she
Since like
had to me. She's not a monster because she's lost to other women. Or like, she lost like Riho. Riho's like 110 pounds.
Man, dude. Okay, no shade against Riho because
Yeah,
she is a really good wrestler, but it's like
she
it
is.
is hard for me to believe that anyone that's not the same weight class as her, it's hard for me to believe that anyone is getting beaten by by
Mhm.
Riho. Like, dude, the championship is bigger than her. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, I know you got to suspend your disbelief with
Uh,
with wrestling, but like Riho is just this small girl, and she's beating these huge wrestlers like that. Like, it's not even the Rey Mysterio effect. Like,
no.
it's just really like suspending my disbelief. But I don't.
Do you remember the press conference in 2019? I think it was the January or the one a couple months later when they had like Nyla Rose come up to the press conference announce, and you would think she's gonna be like the monster of the women's division, right? And
Yeah,
that turned out not to be the case.
yeah, like she was going to be the second coming of Awesome Kong, but
Mm.
no,
No,
nope.
Awesome Kong stuff. She was a monster in I'm not WWE, TNA.
hmm But then her short-lived debut in WWE is Karma.
Oh, because she got pregnant.
Yep. And then she comes to AEW, once again, short-lived with her run with Brandy when she was doing the weird stuff with the hair and stuff. I'm like, oh brother,
Well, there's Brandy should never get in the ring again because she can't wrestle.
no, she cannot wrestle. You need to stay. I know she wants to wrestle. I know she wants to, but you got to
Yeah,
stay in your lane. You're good. You're really good as the manager. Stick to that.
yeah.
And then, but back to Nyla, like, and this another thing, as I said, the similar thing with Luchasaurus, she actually has personality.
Yes,
Like,
she does.
once again, like I see her interact with people on being the elite, and even her promos that I see on Dynamite and stuff like that. She's not bad on the mic. So I'm like,
Mm-mm.
why are they not letting them be herself, or at least show her personality more? Like, I don't know. I mean, Vicar Guerrero should have also helped her, with her push and stuff like that. But like, no,
You kn- And I'm gonna be frank. I don't think Jade Cargill needs the baddies.
she doesn't need the baddies, but that wasn't a bad idea to have some,
No,
girls with her, as her posse. But it's like they don't do anything.
no.
And
It's
ever since
basically
Red Velvet left, like I don't care anymore.
who. It's like Kiera Hogan, and like I don't know the other one. I just know it's
Yeah,
Kiera Hogan.
Kiera Hogan and that other chick,
Yeah,
like, just came out of nowhere. Kiera Hogan, her momentum like died when she lost her first match. Like, what am I supposed? Why am I supposed to care about this posse?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think we agree. Jade wins here because Nia ain't gonna take the TBS championship. I really don't know who's gonna be the one. That's the thing about the women's division. AEW doesn't build the women's division that hasn't been built strong enough.
And
We
yeah, do you think they? I don't think they even need to. It's a similar thing with WWE. I don't think they need two titles right now.
no. Some people believe the reason they made that title is just to give it to Jade. That's it.
Okay, I mean, okay, it's the Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns stuff again.
Yeah,
They want to strap a rocket on her back and, like, send her to the moon with her push. Like, I get it. You see superstar in her, but you have to gradually build her up. Like, you
you
can't
know
just
what?
you force it.
The thing is, it has to get to a point where she has to take on Tony Storm, Britt Baker, people like that,
Right.
right? Like, uh, I know Jade Cargill's top of the card, but Britt Baker and Tony Storm are really at the top of the card. I mean, Thunder Rosa to an extent is top of the card. Well, she is top of the card, but she's hurt right now, and I hate the interim bullshit stuff. I
Oh,
hate that.
I hate that too. Like you're either champion or you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just a substitute until the actual champion comes in. Like, no, 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 no.
Remember, I thought it was 30 days.
I don't even know anymore because they're
I
never
know.
consistent with that. I don't understand. But like the only person I see taking the TBS championship off of her that actually has a legit push and that's super over is Chris Statlander.
Yes. And I don't know how long she's gonna be out for.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Next match. Who do we get? This triple threat match: Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs. This is for a TNT. This is not for a TNT championship, is it?
It says TNT championship on the top.
Okay. So no, so Samoa Joe betrays Wardlow. Like I didn't see that coming.
I honestly didn't see that coming. I thought they were going to be friends for a little bit longer. Like
But
I didn't. I don't
you
know.
don't trust Samoa Joe though. That's the thing.
I mean, I guess
Mm.
you're right because he can he backstabs anyone at any time. So I should have expected that, but it's like I know they had me going for a while. Like yeah, he's like one of the big baby faces of ROH right now.
Here,
So like I don't know.
here's the thing. Here's the thing I noticed about wrestling. This goes back for years. When you have two baby faces in the ring and one heel outside where the entrance is, and one baby face is talking on the mic or is just looking at the guy and talking shit, and if that baby face is in front of the other baby face, there's a good chance a backstab is happening.
That's why it didn't get me at first because it seems like they were equally having like mic time,
Yeah.
and they're both champions. So like, what did they want from each other? Like,
Mhm.
I don't understand.
I guess he was a TNT championship. I mean, AEW does that, right? They do have like make people double or triple champs.
I guess so, but it's like I don't know why that. Okay, ROH needs to get their show up off the ground because this ROH stuff they're trying to mix in the AEW, it is not. It is not. It's making the show incoherent. So it's
Yes,
like
it is.
I don't know why they're doing because we know that we know Samoa Joe and Hobbs is not going to win. We
Why?
know
Why is Samoa Joe not involved in Jericho stuff? Like that's ROH stuff, right?
exactly. Like if they should do a double champion thing,
Hmm.
you need to do Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho. That's going to sell tickets right there.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I think I got Wardlow winning here.
Yeah, Warlow's going to win. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, they're not going to. I mean, Hobbs, they are pushing Hobbs, but I don't think he's ready to have a title yet.
I think Hobbs needs a mouthpiece.
I need to see a little bit more of Hobbs before I
Yeah.
make that judgment call because he hasn't had enough opportunities to talk. But from
Yes.
what I've seen him so far, like he's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And Wardlow's really starting to improve as a talker. Like Wardlow's not the greatest talker, but he has a talk like a Batista. Like Batista on the mic wasn't the best talker, but he got out his point and what he said what he had to say, got his point out, and it made sense.
Right, exactly.
Right. And everybody compares Wardlow to Batista, basically. Basically.
Mm. I've been hearing that and Goldberg and yeah.
Ah, he's a much better wrestler than Goldberg, I tell you that.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
As I don't think Goldberg's ever cut like a 2 or 3 minute promo ever before. I think he always says, "You're next."
You're next. Guess what? You're next. Yeah, that's pretty much that's all his promos. Is I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
Let's get to work. Anyway.
I guess for him it works, right? Like,
Right, like he doesn't need to
mhm.
he doesn't need these long-winded promos. Like when he does try to do those long-winded promos, you can tell he's struggling.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta, and it didn't fit his character either.
No.
But it's not the promos. Like it says matches. He gets tired like in 2 minutes.
Right. I mean, I at first we thought that was part of his gimmick. Like he does, he squashes people and goes home.
Yeah,
But yeah, but when you actually put him in a full-on match, like his infamous match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20. Oh
I think
God, that was so bad.
I think the best match he ever had in his whole wrestling career was DDP at Halloween Havoc, and there was a lot of miscues in that match.
Damn.
And DDP was good, man. As a wrestler, he wasn't the best, but he became really good at 35.
Yeah, yeah. His match with The Rock wasn't that bad either
No,
at Backlash.
No, you need you need a you need some a good worker with Goldberg.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mortal I think is
Yep.
retaining here.
Wardlow's gonna have that title for a while.
Wardlow. What else is
Wardlow.
there? So I don't know. The Ethan Page is having a match, but I don't know who's going to face because apparently the elimination for that, the finals for that elimination match is tomorrow between Ricky Starks and Lance Archer. So whoever wins that
Uh,
match faces Ethan Page.
okay.
So who do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Ricky Starks. I think he's gonna get a massive push too.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, he's
yeah,
he is such a great talker on the mic. I do, and like he's a really good wrestler. I just wish like he would have more time to wrestle. You know.
yeah. Because everybody's saying, "Oh, he could be like The Rock because he dresses like The Rock, he acts like The Rock," you know, like
Yeah, I definitely
I,
see the Rock inspirations in his
yeah,
character for
yeah.
sure.
It's just that AEW doesn't have the thing with AEW, like we said, we discussed like for a minute. The
Hmm.
roster's getting too big, too crowded. They don't have enough time. I mean, they got dark and elevation, but like who the hell watches this? Like I don't watch that on YouTube.
No, and like even people don't watch Rampage that much.
No, because it's on at 10 o'clock. People don't like watching a show at wrestling at 10 o'clock, man.
Right. Like, how would you feel like if they? I don't know if they're allowed to do this. How would you feel if they made Dynamite 3 hours?
I think it can be done. It's just that WCW did it, right? Nitro did it.
Yeah,
It's hard, and
I
they have a
wish there
whole
was.
week. They have a whole week plan for that. WWE doesn't want to do that.
Right, I wish there was another reality where Raw went back to 2 hours and then
hmm
Dynamite can go to 3 hours. You know, because like I think like with AEW that would be justified because like there's so much talent and then you could give people more time to develop their characters and stuff like that. But
I just wish, yeah. So what matches are gonna do? Okay, what matches are?
you Ricky Starks and
Yeah. So I think
whoever.
Ricky Starks. If Ricky Starks does win against Ethan Page, I don't think Ricky Starks would win. I think Ethan Page would win and get a title shot. And don't
Why are
know
you giving
why.
Ethan Page a title shot again? Like
I
nobody
don't
cares
know.
about Ethan Page.
No, no. I better see Ricky Starks.
Yeah, Ricky Starks, man. Give him an opportunity.
How about this match? The Trios Championship, the Death Triangle versus the Returning Elite. Now, we all know what happened between the Elite. They got suspended. They had to give up the titles after the scrum, after the fight, the backstage fight with CM Punk. Right at All Out. That's when they became the champions, obviously. And Death Triangle became champions. They took over the vacant titles that the Elite had to give up. And now they're coming back. And I'm sorry, Death Triangle, but the Elite are taking them back.
I'm actually shocked that they're immediately like, oh yeah, your first match back, you're getting a rematch for the titles. I'm surprised they're immediately giving it to it, but I honestly don't know because I mean, yeah, we could assume that they could just give it back to the elite because they never lost them, but at the same time, the Death Triangle is having a pretty good run with the
hmm
titles already, so it's like I don't know. I'm conflicted. Um, I guess I lean more towards the elite because I love the elite,
I do
but
too.
at the same time I can't deny that Death Triangle is they're legit too.
Uh, they gotta let Phoenix do more single matches. That guy's incredible.
Well, if he doesn't keep injuring himself,
Yeah, that's
Jesus
true.
Christ,
That's true. That's
God, man, every other month he's getting
true.
injured. Jesus, they're probably just trying to protect them as much as possible. Having them
Yeah.
do okay. You need to stick with your tag teams right now. Okay, just don't do anything too
You
wild and
know,
crazy.
I want Pentagon to go dark and break people's arms like he did in Lucha. That was
I
crazy.
mean, I think that there's a possibility he could.
Yeah.
Why not? Um, yeah, I guess I'll lean more towards the elite, but I honestly I'm in the middle. I don't know who will walk out.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go with the elite too. Uh, just because they were supposed. I think I don't know. I would have thought the plan was for elite to take out Adam Cole and Red Dragon, but Red Dragon is no more because
Yep,
um
went to Impact.
yeah,
Wait,
that Bobby
wait.
Fish is nuts.
Oh,
The guy's out of his mind.
yeah, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah. But we don't know how long Adam Cole is out. I think he's dealing with concussion issues, and I don't know what Wiley's injury is.
Did they say they were gonna? Didn't they say they were gonna return like soon, like sooner?
It's quite possible, but I'm still picking the lead. It's quite possible they may cost the league the titles this match if they return.
Yeah, that's another thing we gotta think about if they come back in if they interfere.
Yeah,
But
because the whole
like if they're going to, but as I said, like Bobby Fish is gone, so it's like
you
what's the feud gonna be? You know
yeah, they
how
don't
what?
have Roger Strong. Still in
Yeah,
WWE.
yep, still in NXT. Goodness and he's injured too. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
if it's kayfabe injury or whatever, but like, yeah, that's gonna be strange. Man, we almost got like a really great. We almost gonna have that great feud versus the undisputed era and the elite. That would
I
have
think it was
been.
the whole plan, probably right. Like the whole plan was probably to have him once the Undisputed Era did kind of turn on the Young Bucks. I think that was the whole plan to have when Omega comes back. This elite in the Undisputed Era is basically the feud during the summer and stuff.
Yeah, that would have been awesome, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised there's injuries a lot happening a lot in AEW because of the moves they do, man. The moves they do takes a lot of impact, like a lot of toll on your body.
Yeah, like we be dogging on WWE about, oh, you're holding back the wrestlers. They're playing it too safe, but you gotta keep in mind they do that for a reason to protect the wrestlers so
They,
they don't get as injured from all the crazy stunts,
they
I
only
guess.
do that. They only do the crazy stunts when it's like a big match, or like on a maybe a big match on a Raw or SmackDown or on a pay per view. In AEW, they do it on a regular Dynamite.
Yeah, they do it on a regular basis, which
Mhm.
like I mean, I personally do get it like that because
Yeah,
it's a different change of pace, but you gotta think about the well-being of the wrestlers, and then on top of that, if you're doing live shows and stuff like that, and you're on the road as much as they are, like that's gonna add on top of that. So which is why like you're starting to see that with WWE recently because like Kevin Owens is injured. I think Candice LeRae is injured. Becky Lynch is
I think she's
injured.
coming back, Candice LeRae. I think she's
I
coming back. I
I
think
hope
she's the fifth
so.
member.
I hope so. Though if it's not her, then I think it's gonna be Becky Lynch. But we could talk about that when Survivor Series predictions come up. But
Yeah, that's next week. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think I got the. I think Elite here winning, but the only way. But if they do lose, it's possibly Undisputed Era. But
Yep.
yeah, let's go to the ROH World Championship match. Now, this is a fatal four-way, right? So
Yep.
we're gonna have Black Blackpool Battle Club versus
Blackpool Combat Club.
Combat Club, whatever. I don't think it's a good name anyway.
Oh, I like the name. I like.
And the Jericho Appreciation Society. I don't like that name either. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, that sucks. That name sucks.
they should just call it Inner Circle. Just call itself an Inner Circle, man. You got different members in Inner Circle.
Right, and then like, okay, look, Jericho is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. But like
Yeah,
these name changes you're doing, like you need to stick with something. First you were the Alpha, then you were Le Champion, and now you're Lionheart, and then you're the Ocho. I'm like, can you stick with something, please? Like
yeah, he,
the Painmaker one week. I'm like, I mean, I respect you. You're able to, change with
yeah,
the times and update your stuff. I respect that, but like you have too many names, bro.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. I mean, look, everybody besides Sammy Guevara and Claudio have won Ring of Honor titles. Daniel Bryan was Ring of Honor champion. Jericho's Ring of Honor champion. Like they note that Claudio was never Ring of Honor champion, even though he was a Ring of Honor, right? He made a note of that, and this is
Right.
his chance.
But no, he already won the ROH championship.
Did he?
Yeah,
Claudio?
He beat Jericho.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then he won it back.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, wait. Was there somebody else that was ROH champion? Then he beat, and then Claudio beat him. I know for sure Claudio beat somebody to become ROH champion like a month ago.
oh,
But then,
champion. Okay.
Jericho beat him.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he beat that one dude. I forgot his name. Shoot.
Gresham.
Yeah, he beat
Okay.
he beat Gresham for the ROH championship, and then Jericho beat Claudio.
Okay. Gresham didn't want to be. Yeah, because Gresham didn't want to be an AEW or whatever.
Right. I think
Right.
he
Yeah.
was mad because he had to drop the title to
Oh.
Claudio out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. And yeah, so like a lot of people think Sammy Guevara is gonna win this, but I'm sorry, I don't think Sammy Guevara is gonna win this. I think Jericho retains.
Yeah, I think Jericho's gonna retain. Like Sammy, what is Sammy gonna do with the ROH championship? Like
Oh,
nothing.
if I see him make lip lock with
Oh,
his
that
wife.
yeah, tongue kiss
Oh
her
my
wife.
god,
Woo! Yeah, that's that TP14 shit right
it's
there.
annoying as shit, man. It's annoying.
Oh man, I'm so single.
I,
Anyway,
yeah, but like, yeah, you even couples find that annoying. You know, like they over and over. I mean, and they injured Ruby Riot. I
yeah.
blame him for injuring Ruby Riot.
But yeah, I mean they've been toning the kissing stuff
Oh
down a bit. Like she didn't even accompany him to the ring the past couple weeks. So I think they toned it down.
and Anna Jay just joined Circle Push's Society out of nowhere because they're
Anna,
friends with
why Anna Jade? Why?
her.
Why? I mean, okay, I get the Dark Order's not doing that much. I get it, but like now she's just yelling and stuff. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. I mean, I would say Ty and Jade are decent as a tag team, but like, no, it's the like her joining the Jericho Appreciation Society is not doing much for her.
So, so what I got out of this on Dynamite, right? Down Brian Downs and Claudio did defeat Jericho and Sammy Guevara. So usually that indicates that they're not going to win the belt at Full Gear. It's probably going to be either Jericho or Sammy Guevara, and I'm going with Jericho.
Yep, I'm going to go with Jericho. But I will say I think it's time for Danielson to get a title. I think it's time.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the Ring of Honor talk. Just something. There's
Yeah.
something.
I'm going to be very honest. Like even though I love John Moxley, I was rooting for Danielson to beat Moxley at Grand Slam to win the title. I thought he deserved it, but I know Moxley's the biggest star right now. I mean, other than MJF.
It's
but
funny. It's funny because Brian Dawson was a bigger star than Moxley ever was in WWE.
That's very true. And then the tides have changed.
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
That's nuts. It is nuts.
And it was hilarious at Dynamite, the Captain Sato stuff. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah. That was funny.
I like that.
Mhm.
But I'm glad Claudio is actually being used in some big time matches now. Because Claudio, everybody wanted at least Cesaro to be at least champion in WWE. Like, doesn't matter if it's Universal or WWE champion. They at least want him to be one, right? Because
Yes.
he's great at the ring. Like,
absolutely.
It's the swing. His the uppercut when he pulls you up, throws you up in the uppercut, and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I guess Vince McMahon is the reason he wasn't champion is because of his promos. And I'm like, you know what, Cesaro's not that bad. He's not that bad, man. He actually has personality too, man. He has charisma.
Yeah, he's fine. He's completely fine. He's almost on the same level as Sheamus, and you push him so much.
And Sheamus was champion.
Exactly.
So, okay, well, how many matches do you have? 1, 2, or 3. Okay, we're gonna go women's match. We're gonna get to Britt and Saraya after. To me, that's a little bit more important than this match. But
Yeah.
there's a story between these two, right? Like Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter. They
Mhm.
know each other. Apparently, Jamie Hayter stayed at Tony Storm's place during the pandemic, and that's basically the story.
That's it. All right.
And
Right.
Jamie Hayter's getting over and over with the crowd.
She is like I did not expect that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like I mean, she's not bad. I do think she's pretty solid. I did not expect for the crowd to love her this much.
I think she needs to turn away from Britt Baker and go her own path.
I'm waiting for that to happen. To
Yeah,
be honest.
I I just don't think she wins here. I know she's over and people want to win here. Like I like Tony Storm too, but I think Tony Storm. I don't see us like I don't see the same Tony Storm I see her in WWE. Not the NXT version, but the NXT UK version. I don't see that version in here.
Yeah, the NXT UK version of Tony Storm is much more interesting.
Hmm.
First of all, they're not even letting her talk that
No,
much. Like, what is going on? She once again, this is the thing we've been keep saying. This wrestler actually has personality, and they're not letting her use it.
her whole not just by her whole attire, her whole theme music, everything. Like she's
Um,
into, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't. I think her theme music and wardrobe is fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like if they just let her talk, let her, you know,
Hmm.
I don't know what they're doing here. They're treating her like a sidekick.
Yeah. Well, she kind of is as an Earth Term Women's Champion, which I don't know how
Yeah,
long Thunder Rosa's out, man. Like nobody has a clue.
yeah. Like what is going on with Thunder Rosa? Is she even
Hmm.
injured anymore? Like
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
been like it's been like 3 or 4 months
Right. I mean, I know she had some like backstage drama too.
with Britt.
Yeah, so I guess they're trying to figure out a way to like handle that situation before she comes back. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, Tony Khan's gonna be in favor of Britt over her. Tony Khan loves Britt.
He's obsessed with her. Like
Yeah.
and like it's like yeah, she's the Charlotte Flair of
Yes.
AEW.
Good. Yes, she is. She is a star for AEW. She may not have the belt, but she's definitely the top heel.
Hmm.
Right? Yeah, she is the star for AEW. That's a good comparison.
Yep.
I
But yeah, I'm like yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Tony's gonna retain.
yeah,
I
and I think eventually better be Thunder Rosa comes back. I think eventually have a match for match whoever becomes actual official champion. Like they did with Moxley and CM Punk.
Right, like that's the feud I'm actually waiting for is Tony
Mhm.
versus Thunder Rosa. Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think have face versus face because Thunder Rosa to me cannot be a heel. I can't see her as a heel
Really? Because she gives off some heel energy sometimes.
sometimes. Tony Storm also is one of those people I cannot see as heel. When I remember to try to make her a heel in NXT, it didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel real.
Nope, it did not. Like she is full blown baby face.
Yeah.
So this way I definitely see Thunder Rosa playing more of the heelish role because like she's probably mad that she had to drop the title to
If she
her
does, yeah.
and then Tony Storm's proven herself like she's been here every week wrestling defending the title, so it's like I could see it like an organic storyline coming from that for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Yeah. And I could do the next match. I could see a potential fallout of what the next match could lead into with that has to do with this match, and that's obviously Britt Baker versus Paige. I really did like no Paige, that's Miss Soraya.
Soraya, oops, sorry,
I
my mistake.
really I really did like a promo the week before this week where she got
Mhm.
all passionate, emotional, where she had the struggle she had to go through,
Oh yeah,
right?
that was a great promo. That was great.
Hmm. Well, Britt Baker was kind of right. It was her house. She kind of did build it up.
Like she threw shade at her, being like, "You left your house and came to mine." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
shit."
I I knew once she got physical a couple weeks back. I'm like, yeah, she's wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're to stop playing games. She's been cleared.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why did I remember like not last week, the week before, she was being interviewed, and Britt Baker was supposed to be in that interview with Shivani, but she didn't show up. And Paige
Mhm.
was like, "I'll give you my answer next week." I'm like, "Do you make us? We already know you're cleared.
Yeah,
We
we
think
know
it's
you're cleared.
obvious.
That's
Like, I
literally the indication. Like I am cleared.
it makes it too obvious. Like,
Yeah.
stop doing that wrestling. Stop doing the obvious. Like,
Come on now. You got to be a little more creative than that.
yeah,
But
I guess it's because they wanted to look on Britt Baker's face when she announces that she's cleared, right? The shock face.
I mean, I guess so. Um,
Just have Britt at the interview then. That interview. And then just
right.
do it there.
Just do the interview there, and she
Yeah.
could just come say out of nowhere, or she could actually like do some wrestling moves on the Brit or something
Yeah.
to get into a brawl, and then that's their way of announcing that she's cleared.
Wow. I really do hope that letter she posts on Twitter from the doctor says she's cleared is real. I don't know because it looked a little suspicious to me at first.
Yeah.
um, 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 Look, I'm interested in this match. I'm a little scared for Paige because she hasn't wrestled in 5 years, and this is a neck injury, right? Neck
Yep.
injury, and
Yep.
and I know she's looking at Edge. She looks at Edge, Kurt Angle, and some other wrestlers that came back
Daniel
from a neck
Bryan.
injury. Daniel Bryan. The difference is a woman's neck is a lot more vulnerable than a male's neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm worried about this match, man. I really am. But for the reasons that you said, like she hasn't wrestled in 5 years, and then I'm okay. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. The times that she did do a couple of moves in the ring and took some bumps, she was looking a little rusty,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit rusty. I'm like, oh boy. I
If
hope.
you have a promo package right before your match, it's just show her in the promo package her doing some actual training.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be nice to see,
Yeah.
just some footage of her training, and I hope she gets the rust out before that match. But yeah, I'm worried about that, and I'm worried about her actual condition, man.
And I'm worried about Britt Baker. I know Britt Baker, she's okay in the ring, but she's not exactly the best worker.
I mean, yeah, she's solid. She's
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, I think people tend to like underrate her aiming work at times.
Yeah, like people pushing her to be like she's the best female wrestler. Nope, that is Chris Statlander. But
Boop.
but 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 definitely I think she's the best talker of the female division. That's probably why she's so over.
Well, when she went heel, because her work as a babyface when AEW starts, it was not working. When she went heel, that's when you saw her get really, really comfortable. Because a babyface, she was not comfortable.
No, she's not. So yeah, glad she turned heel, and then she had that bloody lights out match that really put her over the edge. That like, oh man, this girl getting violent and shit. Like, oh
yeah.
god.
You know that match is going to be an AEW video game.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I think I did hear about that. Yeah.
They're having I believe they're having a presentation before a Full Gear about the AEW video game. Maybe the official release date, maybe.
Okay, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. So, okay, if anybody picks Britt Baker to win here, then they're stupid.
Yeah, this is too obvious that Saraya's gonna win this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're not gonna do that to Saraya.
No.
Her first match back in 5 years, you're gonna have her lose. Like, no.
Yeah. And if she does win, I'll admit I'm stupid then.
I mean, if they do have her lose, that's a big mistake. That is a huge mistake. But as I said, like I'm just worried about her ring rust.
Yeah.
Really worried about that.
And I think this is after Full Gear, but I think if Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker both lose, this will further their issues with each other. Because Jamie Hayter has to turn face. I'm sorry, but she has to turn baby face.
Uh, yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to have her do, but she doesn't even seem like a baby face though.
I know.
But the crowd loved her so much. I mean, I guess I'm open to seeing what she does as a baby face. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get the Jamie Hayter Britt
Uh,
Baker match. It's gonna
yeah, yeah, it's gonna happen eventually, right?
happen
Like
eventually.
eventually, almost everything in wrestling, when you're partners or a tag team or a faction, eventually they either turn on each other. Most likely, like over 50% of the time, they turn on each other.
Mm,
It's a wrestling trope to turn on each other.
yep,
The
yep.
only time it doesn't really turn on each other is when you don't see wrestlers, you don't see them as becoming like single superstars. Like the New Day, for example, the Usos, you don't see that. Like those kind of, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, we're waiting. No, we're waiting for the New Day to break up.
Well, any of them could be single wrestlers in New Day.
Honestly, yes. And like, okay, Kofi got his push, Biggie got his push.
Yeah,
It's time for Xavier Woods to get his push already. He's
yeah.
the best talker of the three. Like, I mean, I know they gave him King of the Ring, but he didn't do much with that either.
No, they gave the Roman Reigns after.
Like, god damn, why do you do that to Xavier, bruh? But yeah,
I
Xavier needs a push now.
if they're really bringing back King of the Ring, it's just rumored. If they're bringing it back, I want it to be a pay per view and the winner gets a title shot. Make it
Yeah,
mean something.
exactly. Make it mean something for sure. Now, my only thing about that, if they do make it a pay per view, we got to do equal stuff with the women. So there's most likely going to be a
Queen.
queen of the ring, and the pay per view is going to be 8 hours long. If that happens.
Maybe an Evolution 2, you get the Queen of the Ring. I don't know.
Oh, Evolution 2. Will they ever do an Evolution 2?
I have no idea. The
Do
only reason
people
they did
even want
Evolutions, the only reason they did Evolution is probably because of Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, and they wanted to pay at
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia when they couldn't do women's matches, they needed
Oh
something
yeah.
for the women to do while the guys were at
I
Saudi
mean,
Arabia.
Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey. Oh.
Yeah, who wanted that match? Who wanted that?
Becky Lynch or Star should have been invented that match. That match is one of the best women matches of all time.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like an all women's pay per view, I'm not against it. I think it would be
No.
fun, but just like yeah, the booking just had to be better for
Yeah.
sure.
So I think it's main event time. MJF versus John Moxley. I really like the story. It's more about MJF than John Moxley. John Moxley's the champion, but this is more about MJF's
Yeah.
um, you know,
So,
story about him becoming champion and how he finally doesn't want help or he's getting the people behind him. He
or
doesn't
so
want
he
help. Yeah.
says.
Or he says, that's exactly my point, because let's not forget. This is MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. This guy, you can't trust this guy. This guy's a slime ball. So remember he pulled this kind of crap with CM Punk.
Yep.
Remember? And
Yep.
what do? You lowballed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't trust him. And he got beat down by the firm. I think the firm's a terrible name. Like really.
Yeah, it's not that. What is the firm? What is that?
Were you accounting firm?
Exactly. Like what? Oh my gosh.
Like the people in it, I have no problem. I like Stokey Halfway. I really do like Big Cass is
I
really
mean, the
like
Big Cass is honestly the only memorable person
yeah.
in that stable.
And Big Cass is like because years ago, this guy was down on his luck. He did not look like in good shape. He wasn't doing very well. But look at this guy's life changed, man.
Oh yeah, he definitely turned
He,
his life around.
he got away from Enzo.
I mean, yeah, that'll do wonders for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people in the AEW locker room don't like Enzo.
Yeah,
The
probably.
WWE locker room don't like him.
Mm-mm. Nope. Such a shame with
But
Enzo, man.
I agree with you, MJF. Like I don't trust him. I think MJF is gonna win, but it's not gonna be clean. I think he's using this all as a ruse, and I think him turning on the firm or the firm turning on him, it's all an act, and
Yep.
he's just pretending, right? He's just pretending that he's doing this on his own. He's pretending, oh, I've been waiting for this.
I completely agree. I'm expecting the firm to
Oh,
like play the act of like they're gonna interfere and MJF's gonna be like, no, no, I want to do this by myself. But then it turns out it's all part of his plan, and then they're
or
gonna help him win the match and win the title.
I think what might happen is the firm will interfere, and they may not beat up Moxley or distract Moxley. They might distract MJF and Moxley, but I think William Regal turns on Moxley.
Wait, you think William Regal is gonna turn heel on Moxley?
Oh yeah, I he'll have the brass knuckles and knock out Moxley, and he'll join up with MJF. This is
So
AEW we're talking about, guys.
I mean, yeah. So are you saying he's gonna turn his back on the
I
Blackpool
I
Combat Club or just John Moxley?
back the thing,
The
the whole
Blackpool Combat Club. He's gonna
yeah.
he's gonna turn his back on the entire thing he
I think
started.
it's not. I think it's one possible outcome I could see happening. I
I mean, as I said, you never know. I
yeah.
just don't see a reason for Regal to turn on Moxley, and
Yeah,
especially the group that he created, the Combat Club. Like they're not. I mean, there's like they're doing good for the most part. Like,
it could be one of those things where you made a deal with the devil.
oh God, that whole thing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about that, man.
because
I don't. But
because
I
this whole
mean,
thing when he came back when MJF came back at All Else, and he had the firm do his dirty work for him, and he became the he got from the ladder become number one challenger. I felt like this is too fast for the firm to turn on MJF or him to turn on the firm. I felt like it's too fast for that because AEW likes to do long term storytelling mostly, right? And
right.
it's just been 2 months. I felt it's too fast, so stuff has to be up.
I mean, something does feel off for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll be shocked if Regal does like turn on him or whatever they're gonna do. Like
Yeah,
I'm expecting a a double triple turn with MJF in the
triple
firm.
turn.
Yep, I'm expecting that. But like William
Yeah,
Regal coming out, my jaw will be dropped to the floor if that happens. But
yeah. I mean, sometimes I like to take a big swing with the stuff. With wrestling, I like to take a big swing with possible outcomes or possible where stories are going because
I
that's what I
mean,
like about wrestling.
yeah, I like that too. But this just when it makes sense, or you see like the long term stuff that they're planning, like the exact opposite of that was Austin Theory's cash in a week ago. That was really stupid. But
That was just
they
a that's just
they
a way to get because once Mr. McMahon is gone, Mr. McMahon's love child is not Triple H's love child, even though he had him in NXT.
right. I guess they had to figure out a way to like, okay, this is the mistake. There's no way to do this in a coherent way, so
Because
we're gonna reset. We're just gonna
you know what?
reset right
Because
here.
also he was never gonna take the title off Roman Reigns, and he had a year to do it, right? Like had to be something
Right.
else. Like
And maybe even less than that if Triple H decides to put Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania, which is a rumor, but maybe this is a way to like get rid of that situation so we don't have to deal with the contrived stuff of him having the
yeah,
briefcase before WrestleMania. But
I like that idea. Get rid of the Money in the Bank pay per view, make it something else. Get rid of Hell in a Cell, have Hell in a Cell be an actual match, not a pay per view that actually
right.
means something.
Exactly. Put Money in the Bank back to the pay per view where it
Mm.
all started, and make WrestleMania more must watch. And like you could since WrestleMania is 2 nights, you could have one night be the women's one, and the second night could be the men's one or something. Like that would be good.
Hmm.
But that's just speculation on my part. I don't know what Triple H is thinking. Like we probably could get another Money in the Bank next year, but I have a feeling he's gonna try and put Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania, and that would be awesome.
I mean, yeah, the Money in the Bank thing has been such a letdown most of the years. Like, right when
I
Edge did it, was iconic. Seth Rollins, that's like the most iconic one ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Edge and then CM Punk cashing in twice and winning.
Yeah,
Um, But yeah, I think this is his chance to like redeem Money in the Bank again. You know,
Hmm.
I think he can make it mean something again. But yeah, back to MJF Moxley. MJF, this is MJF's time. He better win this title.
Yeah.
He better win it. It's time. We've waited long enough. We built him up long enough. It's his time to do it.
Yeah.
Moxley, like Moxley had a really good run with the title, but like he doesn't need it anymore. There's
What?
not much for him to do. He's beaten everyone. So it's like it's only makes sense. MJF, it's time for him to finally win the title.
This and Moxley was not really supposed to, like. Let's be honest here. Like, let's be real factual here. This is a fact. This is not an opinion. If CM Punk didn't have this, but his temper tantrum backstage at the scrum, this would have been Punk and MJF.
Yes. Yes. Right. Exactly. Like, yeah, if CM Punk didn't get into trouble with all that, yeah, it would have been Punk versus
Yeah.
MJF.
So I know it's not technically interim, but it feels like he's interim champion, Moxley. It's a
Yeah.
placeholder champion, a paper champion right now, like Liv Morgan was.
Right. Which is why I'm even more confident that MJF's going to win cuz like
Yeah.
If CM Punk was facing off against MJF, there probably would have been a less likely chance for him to win because I'm sure they would have pushed CM Punk so like to have the title at least till the summer and stuff like that. So, at least now I think there's more of an opportunity for MJF to win, you
Hmm.
know, and not have to, not to worry about having to push somebody else. Like it's MJF, it's time for him to be champion. It's time. Like
Yeah.
everyone's
It's
been waiting.
it's definitely time. And if this is all part of the act, and he's really heel, oh my, this is gonna be the biggest. It'd be on Dynamite. You know, people cheer MJF, but I think we actually get a lot of boos this time, more boos this time.
Oh,
Playing the
if he cheats, then yes.
yeah, yeah, plays the crowd like, because that's what he's trolled the crowd a lot in the
Right.
past.
Yeah. Like he's pretending to play
Yeah,
he's not fully a face, but he's not fully a heel. He's like a tween right now, and I'm like, yeah, no, you a heel. You just playing it up. Though I think people are still gonna cheer him because
it,
people have just been waiting for it to be champion.
the way if he becomes a babyface, the way he has to cut promos and stuff has to be like The Rock did as a babyface. Because while Rock was a babyface, he was still an asshole.
That's true. Though I'm worried, like I'm worried about having him go completely babyface because I'm
Yeah.
worried if it's gonna be like the Miz, where it's like it just doesn't feel right.
Oh, the Mist. It did not work with the Mist. They tried it twice with the Mist, and I remember like 2013 it didn't work, and 2019 it didn't work. It didn't. And the
Right.
Mist should never be a babyface again.
No, no. So at the very least, like maybe keep him in this tween stage with MJF. He's not
Yeah.
fully a heel, but he's not fully
You know
babyface
what?
either.
Make it like the Attitude Era. I know that a lot of people in the Attitude were kind of mostly tweeners, especially WCW and WWE. There were a lot of tweeners,
Hmm. I
right?
miss the tweeners. I miss them.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have that. It's like people need a full splash good guy versus bad guy. I'm like, no, you can have neutral. You can have like people in the middle.
Right, and it's like there was a time where like main event matches were faces versus faces.
Yeah,
So like that's possible. Now I can see it could be a little bit difficult with heel versus heel, but
it is.
even that's a possibility. I mean, we had that recently, didn't we? On Raw, like we had what was it? It was the Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins or Bobby Lash. Well, Bobby Lashley, I don't know if he's fully a
I think
heel
he's heel.
now.
Bobby Lashley's definitely heel now. I
Yeah,
think
so
Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, but I think Seth Rollins is now a
oh
babyface.
yeah, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Duh.
I think Seth Rollins, like last week, people were saying, "Oh, Seth Rollins turning babyface." I wasn't completely sold on it, but I think this week I'm more sold on him becoming a babyface.
Yeah, me too. He's feeling more
I'm because I mean
face.
his. I'm not surprised because he's way over the crowd.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And that chant, and you know when it, like yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not surprised. And And Bobby Lashley is great as a baby as a heel.
Yeah, yeah. Like like I didn't mind his face run, like it was fine, but it's like, and his run with the U.S. title, I thought was pretty solid, but like he needed that
Hmm.
heel push, and it's like it was nice to see him manhandle Brock Lesnar, like that was just great to see. You actually have somebody that's physically on the same level as Brock, so he doesn't feel so one sided anymore.
And the way Brock won, man, Brock didn't win with F5 or a submission or whatever. He actually had to like that pin.
Oh no, he didn't win that match. He survived that
Yeah,
match.
he survived. I I did. I'm not gonna get shit on first, but I thought Logan Paul, that match against Logan Paul against Roman Reigns, makes Roman Reigns look like a weak champion.
Yeah, I saw your video talking about that. Yeah, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. Like, even though Logan Paul, I will admit, he's actually pretty good at
Yeah,
wrestling,
I'll admit that too.
but it does make Reigns look weak that he was having this amount of trouble with someone who just had his second match or
Yeah,
third match.
second singles match.
Second singles match. Yeah,
Yeah,
it did make him look. It did make him look a little weaker. I'll admit that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I was a wrestler in the roster in a feud with Roman Reigns, I'd be like, "You're the tribal chief. You're God mode. Where was God mode versus Logan Paul?"
Exactly. Like I would not be surprised. Like the next feud that he has, they're gonna bring that up. Like, oh, you barely won against Logan.
Yeah, yeah. It's like not to take away from Logan Paul. My video was not really about Logan Paul. It was about Roman Reigns
Yeah.
because this is a guy who's been champion for almost 2.5 years. Defeated like
Hmm.
John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. I think he's wrestled Bobby Lashley. Drew McIntyre, um, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Goldberg. I know, like that was a
The
steady stroke.
Undertaker.
Yeah, like, but Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Yep. Now I've been saying like as for me, I'm like as I was like as long as Roman is not pinned, he is fine. But at
Yeah,
the same time, like he's pushing this whole thing of like he's the best wrestler, he's in God mode. Like Logan Paul should have been a cakewalk for him.
yes, yes. And that match went on for like 20 minutes. And the Jake Paul thing was all, oh, what the hell that
Oh,
was.
I was expecting that to be a train wreck.
And now Logan Paul wants to wrestle John Cena at WrestleMania. I have no problem with that because there's nothing there. If that happens, John Cena's just gonna be doing one match and do whatever he has to do in the entertainment industry, right? And I have no problem with that really.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fine. Logan
Yeah.
Paul versus John Cena. However, like I would rather see something like I would rather see Austin Theory versus John Cena, or where
Yes.
people were speculating that Stone Cold Steve Austin's getting in shape, maybe for WrestleMania. Maybe they're pushing John Cena versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know,
I don't know
but
if I want that. The guy's been like Cena hasn't been. I don't know. He's been training enough.
I mean that's not necessarily what I would want, but
No.
but at the same time, like it does make me curious because they never wrestled before, and like I'm thinking like back when Cena fought against The Rock, like it would be history making, but
Yeah,
like
the thing is with Cena and The Rock, there was actual heat between them at the time. I don't think there was any heat between Cena and Austin.
you know what, you're right. It's honestly it's probably just gonna be a generation thing where it's like Attitude Era versus Ruthless Aggression Era, like
Yeah.
that would be the only thing. Like, yeah, they have to like force something out of it. But like,
I
what would
mean,
be the storyline with Cena and Logan Paul though?
I don't know. That's a
Like,
good question.
exactly. Unless like Logan Paul just out of nowhere wants to challenge at WrestleMania, so he randomly just challenges John Cena, which I've a feeling that's what they would do. But like, that's why I would see more like a Austin Theory versus John Cena thing because Austin Theory has a chip on his shoulder and like he wants something to prove.
Yeah,
So
and
like I could see him challenging somebody like John Cena at WrestleMania, but like
I
I
could
don't know.
I can see Roman Reigns in The Rock at WrestleMania. I can see the story being like, you abandoned these folks. You went to Hollywood. You
Dude, the
bend.
storyline's already there. They're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
fighting about who's going to be head of the table.
yeah.
Like, yeah, because Rock is like very successful with his movies, and he's already a third generation superstar. He's a legend already. But then Roman Reigns coming in, like he's beating everybody. He's main
Yeah.
evented 6 WrestleManias.
I
You know.
the thing is, if they have a match, The Rock cuts a promo. You had a table. If you beat me at how about you go one on one with The Rock? And if you beat me at WrestleMania, I'll acknowledge you. And when you do that, that's when you turn Roman Reigns' face.
Oh, do we want to see Roman
I
back
don't
as a
know. Yeah,
face?
problem is you need a strong heel for the one strong heel I could potentially see is Gunther.
Honestly, that would be a good feud.
Yeah,
That would be a good
I
feud.
could see Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Cody Rhodes American Nightmare versus Gunther. Anti-American.
Yeah, I was hoping they wouldn't go that like cliche with it, but that would be a really good match though.
Why can't they just name him back to Walter?
Uh, well, well, apparently Walter likes Gunter. He
Oh.
wants to stick with his name to be like that, I guess. So,
Now, before we end this, we're gonna end this thing. Now there's like apparently like Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona are coming, and Zach Ryder is coming back. Apparently, um,
okay.
like I don't know if that's official. I mean, there's been reports that they're interested, and
Uh, I mean, that'd be cool, I guess.
yeah,
uh,
Zach Ryder has to if they come as a couple, Matt Cardona has to come up back with a chip on his shoulder, and he has to be a heel because how he was treated in WWE.
it- that'd be interesting to see him do a heel run. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because look, we watch his career, right? He gets a push, and that push ends like in a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No,
like didn't they give him? They gave him like the wait. They gave him the United States title for a little bit last time he was here, and then like he dropped it to somebody. Like I don't think he even had held it for a month, but then he
yeah.
reformed the tag team with Kurt Hawkins, and that didn't go anywhere.
Do you do you remember he won the IC title at WrestleMania, and the next night he lost it to the Miz?
Oh shit, that's so bold. That is so bold.
Yeah, he got himself over WWE.
Yeah, he did get himself over, but Vince doesn't like people getting themselves
No,
over. Nope,
no, he does not.
nope.
I think with Triple H, he doesn't mind that.
No, like he is all for people building up wrestlers built up organically.
Yeah, look, look at Austin for example. If he didn't say that one line at King of the Ring, Austin 216 says, "You say your Psalms, whatever." I'm paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I don't know if he ever become Stone Cold.
that's true. That's very true.
Uh, all it takes is really one. All it takes is really one thing to get you over.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it takes time for others. Like it takes more than one thing. Like it could take weeks or months, but it does happen. That's the
Or there
problem I
be
have with
those
AEW.
yeah,
That's
or
the
like
problem I
those
have with AEW. Everybody's almost over in AEW. That shouldn't be over.
everyone's over.
Yeah, not like everybody, but tons of people in AEW are over.
Yeah, that's true.
Like people that should not be over are over in AEW.
Right, like you can't fully gauge who to push because like everyone loves everybody. So it's
Yeah,
like if one person gets pushed and one person takes a back seat for a little bit, then everyone's gonna be mad. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
I think. Yeah, it's true. The thing, the guys that got like that are over, like the guys like Danny Garcia, guys like that.
Hmm.
A lot of people are over. The thing is, I don't see enough personality from them. I see them as good wrestlers, but they don't dress like they're out like they're out there, like that. Like I don't know. To me, you need more than just wrestling ability to be over.
Yeah, it's more than wrestling, unfortunately. Like, yeah, I mean, people will appreciate the good match, but like if they want people to remember those wrestlers, you
Um,
gotta stand out with the personality and the promos.
yeah, WCW and WWE back in Attitude Era, it wasn't about the wrestling. It was all about personality. It was all
Yep.
about
Characters,
because
storylines.
because this, I love the Attitude Era. I think you did too. Almost
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
Attitude Era was the golden era of wrestling. But let's be honest, the wrestling was the worst at the time. The actual in-ring work was the worst.
It wasn't even wrestling matches. It's just
No.
people getting into fights
Yeah.
and brawling and blood and
Yeah.
weapons. That was the Attitude Era.
In WCW, the wrestling was the cruiserweights. That's it.
Mhm. Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yep. I wish they would bring that back to WWE.
Oh, I remember to try that and it didn't gain any steam.
I mean, yeah, because Vince was running it, and
Yeah.
like, I mean, they had no business being on the main roster, like being a Raw exclusive thing. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, no. Like, go back to the Cruiserweight Classic and stuff like that, or keep them on NXT. I mean, they don't have to be on the main roster every week.
No. And the thing, I remember when I went to the actual Lost when they had the cruiserweight stuff on, and then
Hmm.
they would have a SmackDown after SmackDown. Right after SmackDown, that's when the cruiserweight stuff happens. It goes live. So we have to wait to 11
That
because of the cruiserweight.
205 live too. I'm like,
Yeah.
they
Or
did not need their own show. What was that?
yeah, they got rid of 205 live and make it NXT next up level up, which is better, I guess. I mean, it's NXT. I mean, I'm not a big fan of NXT, and I think the next pay per view has a terrible name, NXT
Deadline.
Deadline. Yeah,
I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, I was okay with them doing like the WCW stuff, like Halloween Havoc and
me
other
too.
stuff like that. That was fine. But like, yeah, the deadline. I think they literally just called it deadline because they wanted something to like, they wanted something to reflect the new match concept that Shawn Michaels introduced with the
The Iron Man Fatal Five. I don't know how about
yeah.
this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like they're mixing the beat the clock challenge mixing with the King of the Mountain match in TNA and the six pack challenge like it's those three mixed together. It's the six pack challenge, King of the Mountain, and beat the clock all mixed into one.
And so if you get pinned, apparently if you get pinned, you get put into a cage for like a minute as a
Right.
penalty.
Exactly. So what happens if there's more than one person that gets pinned? So they both go into the penalty box?
Uh,
I mean, that was a question I was asking when TNA was doing the King of the Mountain match because I'm like, okay, what happens if there's more than one person that gets pinned? But they magically don't have more than one person getting pinned in any of the matches because they knew logically it would make sense to put both of them in the penalty box because they'll both be beating up each other in the penalty box. So they'll probably do that mumbo jumbo where it's like, so we'll suspend our disbelief. Nobody will pin each other at the same time. It'll be one at a time, just to keep the logic.
yeah, it's weird.
It's weird, but I'm open to seeing how it goes. Maybe it'll be an interesting concept. We'll see.
Yeah, and now there's apparently there might be a special pay per view in the UK in January, maybe
For NXT or WWE?
WWE or
Oh,
Europe. I don't know.
Europe
I know AEW is going to London next year.
announcement. Man, I've been waiting for WWE to do like an event. I mean, they just did Clash at the Castle, so
Really good show.
it was a really good show. But like they need to have WrestleMania in the UK, man. You know how crazy that would be. Or if they want to start out small, they could have it in Canada, and then if that goes well, then
Yeah, we had one since
Mania in the UK.
2002. I think the only reason they're not going to have WrestleMania in the UK is because of time.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
that's that's the only reason.
Yeah, but that'd be great. Or can we please come back to Detroit, please? Come back to Detroit. We need WrestleMania in Detroit again. That would be nice.
Yeah, they're going to LA, then Philly, and then
Philadelphia, yep. WrestleMania 40. Oh, they got the Roman numerals back too. I was happy. You can put the Roman
oh
numerals back
40.
in
Yeah,
WrestleMania. Thank
they
God.
better do something for special for 40.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I think it's the first time they had WrestleMania in Philadelphia, right?
No,
Or
they had it in Philly before. WrestleMania
that's right.
15, I think, was in Philly,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
or
yeah,
14.
14 or 15. Yeah.
Uh, Either Austin Shawn Michaels in Philly or Austin Brock was in Philly.
Oh
Four.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
surprised 40's in Philly. I thought they go to New York or something. I
They've been to New York so many
know.
times.
They
They
want to
don't
go
need.
to a football stadium, right? They always want to go to a football stadium.
Yeah, it's like they don't want to go to the
Um,
small venues anymore.
let me tell you,
Not a small venue, but like they don't want to go to a basketball stadium anymore.
football stadiums are the worst venue for wrestling because of the view.
Yeah, like do they think about how like the people that are in the nosebleed seats, they're not
Yes.
going to be able to see
Yeah,
anything.
the best arenas for wrestling are basketball and hockey.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I know they probably put it in stadiums because they want to have that Super Bowl feel, but like you said you have to be mindful like the way that football sets up their stuff, like it's easier to see everything going on than with the wrestling because you have twice as many people coming in and the ring is really small.
The ring's in the middle, and football is like all the whole arena, the whole stadium.
Exactly. Like I think it would be cool if they had WrestleMania back at Madison Square Garden or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like I liked when they had WrestleMania in WrestleMania 22, they had it in that building in Chicago, and then the first WrestleMania Go Hollywood in WrestleMania 21. So
Hmm.
like that was in a small arena, but that still was fine. But yeah, I would like for them to go back to to basketball and hockey arenas for WrestleMania. But they want as many people to come to WrestleMania as possible, and they want that Super Bowl feel.
They want that tennis record.
They
That's
oh yeah, they want to beat that regot of attendance, which that's not going to be hard because you seat more people than the Super Bowl,
you
so
got
that's
floor
cheating.
seats. Yeah, you got floor seats, man.
Yeah, like obviously you're going to beat them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it is what it is. But I'm sure the so what's it called, the SoFi Stadium. I'm sure it's gonna look awesome. So
Oh, it better be, man. It better be. Because they won WrestleMania. Well, actually, 2021 WrestleMania was supposed to be in LA, right? That got pushed to Tampa
right,
Bay.
yeah, yeah,
And because LA was like in a lockdown for like a year and a half.
yep, yep. So I'm sure they want to save that.
Because the rumor was they wanted The Rock and Roman Reigns for WrestleMania LA for 2021. They won
Hmm.
for that.
Yep, yep. And it's like you ain't gonna put them in no small thing or the Thunderdome with the Rock and
No,
Roman
no.
Reigns. You ain't doing that, no.
The only question is if the Rock and Cena are going to wrestle. It depends on the schedule. That's all. I
From
mean, it's
what
not
I
like they can't do promos from a set, right?
Right. From what I heard, I think The Rock is is available until the beginning of April. So he possibly could make it to WrestleMania, but that's
Okay.
just rumors I heard. So there might be a possibility, but we'll see. But
Yeah,
if they don't do it, you know who to push, either Cody or Bray.
yeah.
Those are your next ones.
Cody is my surprise entry at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm sure it's everybody's surprise
Yeah,
entry.
if yeah, and Bray. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know what Bray is up, but he's going to wrestle himself.
Uh, yeah. It looks like he's about to wrestle L.A. Knight. So
Oh,
I'm like,
good lord! LA
yeah, we'll
Knight.
see how that goes. I mean, I like L.A. Knight, but like you gonna feed L.A. Knight to Bray? Like, unfortunately,
Yeah,
I guess so. I guess so. But yeah, we'll see that maybe I think they're gonna have a match at Survivor Series, or they'll probably just put it on SmackDown or something.
well,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Yeah, probably Survivor Series.
Finn Balor, AJ Styles. That's a match I want to see.
Yeah, we told you we gonna get that.
Yeah,
We're gonna get it. The AJ Styles Finn Balor match. Yes, that'd be good.
uh, unfortunately, the War Games match, the Kevin Owens is supposed to be on the faces side, but he's hurt, right? Like got hurt at the show, the
Yeah,
live event.
yeah, that's unfortunate. And I like I'm hoping Candice LeRae it will be able to come back to from her injury.
Oh yeah, that match is gonna be incredible. The women's match. You got Rhea Ripley,
Uh,
Bailey, Io Sky, Dakota, Nikki Cross. The
yeah,
faces side.
it's gonna be lit.
Yeah,
Like this is one of the few instances where like I'm more excited for the women's War Games match than the men's
me
War Games
too.
match.
Because you know the bloodline. The blood is probably gonna win the match.
Yeah,
Because if they
most
have Roman
likely.
Reigns in it, they're gonna win.
Oh yeah, most likely.
Yeah. If they didn't have Roman Reigns in it, I could see the other team winning. But since Roman Reigns is in it, it's most likely they're gonna win.
Most likely.
But
Unless the other team pins like
Sami Zayn
Sammy or
or Jey Uso,
Jey Uso.
one of those two,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, but we'll get to that next week.
Yep.
Um,
We'll get to that next week.
I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for everybody that's listening. AEW Full Gears this week, Saturday, 7 p.m. is the buy-in, I believe, and then the show is at 8. Yeah, it's gonna be a long ass show. Like it's probably end around midnight, and I know like a lot of people don't like that.
Jeez, why can't they start an hour early?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, WWE used to start at 7. They went back to 8.
Yeah, them too. I'm like, why are you starting so late? You
Yeah.
already know your show is gonna be long.
hmm
But
But at least they don't go as long as AEW.
that's true. That's true. At least they're like nowadays, like they're not trying to put everybody on the show like Vince tried to do.
Yeah, and that's his WrestleMania. He likes to put everybody on the show at WrestleMania because he wants to give everybody a WrestleMania paycheck.
I mean, yeah, you want to give everyone that WrestleMania moment, but
Yeah,
like I miss one of those days. I miss those days where it's like like you gotta earn your spot to get to
Mm.
WrestleMania, not just you gotta be there just because you're trying to have everyone
yeah.
be there. Like you actually had to earn your spot on WrestleMania, which made it more special.
It did at one point, but that's Vince years ago. The Vince that's left, the Vince for the last few years, earning it was never going to get you there.
Yeah, I guess not. And
it's,
then
who he likes.
right, and then they're making it especially easy for people now that it's 2 days. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get a spot. You can get a spot.
You could get a spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw the new Japan thing, Wrestle Kingdom, and I guess I'll watch Wrestle Kingdom. I have no idea what's going on, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take a look at it.
But yeah, so next Thursday we'll probably, do Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, it's actually called Survivor Series War Games. That's WB,
Yeah.
and then December is NXT deadline. It's December 10th. That's the date it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no WWE pay per view in December. Except NXT.
Which is good. We don't need that day one ish.
Yeah, there's no pay per view. Well, there is a pay per view in January, but it's the end as Rumble, of course.
It's the Royal Rumble. Yep, it's the one that actually matters. Which
Yeah.
I'm also glad that Triple H is cutting down on these gimmick pay per views. That's thank goodness.
Elimination Chamber staying though.
I mean, yeah, I think Elimination Chamber should stay and Extreme Rules can stay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the other ones you can cut all the other ones out.
But yeah, so I want to thank everybody for in the chat, and thank you for y'all for coming on. And see you guys soon. Remember
See?
that is, yeah, latest about AW is out. Take care, guys.
See ya.